Hi friends, after the top 5 gravel bikes, you've been asking me about some cheaper bikes. I must tell you, these were just the top 5, some interesting and unique bikes, and today $1,000 bike, which is not easy to find unless it would be some outdated road bike with more tire clearance, but I have found 10 for you. Of course, besides the big brands like Trek, Scott, Specialized and others, I just want to show you what I've been searching through. It was Felt, it was Cube 2020, it was Centurion, it was Canyon, it was Radon, it was BH bikes, Rosa bikes, Ridley bikes, Ghost bikes. So many brands I've been going through, searching for a $1,000 bike. And as I say, it's not very easy, but there are some interesting bikes. And so this is really a comparison of bikes which will cost you about $800 up to $1,300. And I must tell you, those bigger online cycling stores are doing pretty good in building their own bikes. And so the first one, this is just in no particular order, is the Merlin Cycles G1 Tiagra gravel bike 2020, 700 pounds, so it will be below $1,000. And this is quite good bike. Why is it so? Because it has an alloy frame with a full carbon fork, and when you look at here it says full carbon. We've got through axle front and rear, we've got disc brakes, and we've got not the cheapest, but the Shimano Tiagra group sets. It's not even the Shimano Sora. Let me remind you, the Shimano Claris is the cheapest one, then Shimano Sora, then Shimano Tiagra. So having Shimano Tiagra on the bike with full carbon fork, through axles, alloy frame for 700 British pounds or less than, way less than $1,000. It's a very good deal. So Merlin Cycles, good job. There are some ports for the cables. I was checking it out because sometimes they just make a hole in the frame, but this one is made pretty well. You can see some tire clearance for the wider tires, but it's not too much. When you watch their little video here, they say I think it's up to 38 C. It's not too much. On the gravel bikes, many of you would like to have more than this, so the bike comes with Kenda Quick 35, and I think you can put up to 38 millimeters. I'm not able to memorize all data about all the bikes, just to sum up those in this short video. Just check it out, make sure that 38C, let's say, if this is the maximum for this bike, is enough for you. Otherwise, it's a great deal, at least on the paper. The second one, Jamie's. When I'm talking about some more affordable bikes for you, Jamie's bikes always comes up, because this is a gravel bike for $900, and it's a pretty sweet bike. It does not have the carbon fork though. It does not have the through axle at the front. I am 100% sure this will change. But so far, for $900, you are getting sweet looking bike with 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the other side 5 bottle cages mounts, or lowriders backs mounts, which is really good. The Merlin didn't have it on the fork, so when you're going for some longer travels, you want to have these mount adapters on the fork, even though the fork is 6061 aluminum and no through axle. But the clearance is for 700C 42C or 650B by 47C tires, so it's probably way more than on the Merlin G1. So this is it. This is quite well thought out bike. The specs here, we are getting Shimano Claris, so we are going 2 group sets lower than on the Merlin. It's still fine. Just make sure that those cables are clean and the shifting will be very crisp. But you are having 8-speed cassette. On the Shimano Tiagra drivetrain, you are getting the 10-speed cassette, so 10 gears at the rear. So this is the second one. You definitely check this out, Jamie's Bikes. The third one is also the cycle store, the Rebel Cycles. Rebel CGR AL Blue. It is a good looking bike. It will cost you more. This is 1,000 British pounds, or about $1,250. So this is more. And what you're getting here is the aluminum frame, full carbon fork. We don't have any mounts on the carbon here. That's a pity. I mean, you've got the mounts for the racks and fenders, but no lowrider mounts. You do have these two additional mounts for the bottle cage just beneath the main tube. And then the Shimano, what is this? Yeah, we've got the Tiagra. It's like mixed here because it doesn't come with... No, it comes also with the Tiagra chainset. So pretty good. Not as good spec-wise as on the Merlin, but it looks quite nice. And the tires, what are the tires? It comes with 28C. So guys, why tires are important? Because 28C on the loose gravel will just cut through and get stuck. I would say 32C, which I have 33C I think on my cyclocross bike. I would say this is minimum for a loose pack if you're riding on such a ground. And if you're a heavier rider, if you want to go fast on a rough terrain and you don't want to puncture, you want to have more. So 42 is great, 45 is great, 38 is cool, but this is not so much. This is 28C. If you have Rebel Cycles near you, if you just like the look of the bike, 1,000 pounds is still okay. This is Shimano Tiagra. Let's go further. This is how you can pack all this stuff on your gravel bike without any additional racks. And these are the lowrider adapters. I love those. In this case, they've put the bottles on the fork and the big, huge bag just within the bigger triangle on the frame. This is really cool. And that's the GT Grade Elite, $1,000. Specs are not great. Shimano Claris, aluminum frame, and then carbon fork. Wait a minute, great carbon fork with tapers, carbon steer. Yeah, this is full carbon fork, and we've got the through axles both front and rear. This is looking pretty good. The bike itself looks like this. This is the GT design here, so the third super little tiny triangle here. We've got one mount on the top tube. One mount, but you can also decide how high your bottle will be here on the main tube. Then one here. I don't think there is one beneath because we have the external cables, which is great, guys. And then we have these here. Is it just one? That's interesting. Maybe they just used some special bottle cage for this. That was the carbon version. Ah, that might be on the carbon version, guys. This is the carbon version, much more expensive, but this is the alu one. No, this is the carbon one. This is the alu one. Yeah, so this is interesting. Why there's one bolt here? So Grade Elite, GT Grade Elite, $1,000. Okay, not great in terms of the spec, but okay. And the tires here are a BD. Where are the tires, my friends? Don't they say about the tires? That would be pity. Fork chain pedals. This is very important, especially for the gravel bikes. No info here. Weird. This is so weird. Clearance and tires, my friends, should always be put on the websites. Let's continue. That's the Fuji. Fuji Jari 2.5 costs $900, has aluminum everything, meaning the frame and the fork, but you can see you've got the mounts on the top tube, we've got the mounts here, 2 mounts here. I think there are some mounts here, yes, on just beneath the main tube, and you've got the lowriders mounts on the fork. The fork is full aluminum, so aluminum steer, aluminum blades. It doesn't look so cool, but it is a $900 new gravel bike, and the specifications are Shimano Claris mixed, because the chainset doesn't come from Shimano Claris, it's something even cheaper. So not great, but yes, you can buy a bike for $900. It will be just okay, it will be just fine, just okay. I think it will lose the comparison to the Merlin G1, but it's there if you like Fuji, if you like the look of this bike. There you go, $900 gravel bike. Now I'm counting this as one. This is Marin Bikes, Marin Gestalt. It has 2 versions, Gestalt X and Gestalt. I had been testing Gestalt. Actually, I bought it, and my family is riding this bike. Alloy frame on this Gestalt, also alloy fork. You can buy a little bit more expensive version with the carbon fork, and it's just okay. The tires are 32. The crankset is FSA Tempo. It's not a good and stiff crankset. I don't like the crankset very much, but it's okay. And then the Claris, kind of a drivetrain on the bike. The geometry is cool. I mean, the geometry on most of these bikes will be just okay. You can compare. I would be comparing the geometry of all of these bikes to the Merida Silex I'm going to show you at the end, because it is really well made for the gravel riding. Gestalt X has bigger tire clearance, and it already comes with 37C tires, but this is the $1,300 bike, and the Gestalt, the basic one, is just $870. And then also I'm counting this as one, even though these are 2 bikes but same brand. Still no road specific bars, but still full carbon fork, 850 pounds, British pounds, so about $1,000. This is the Vitus, pretty nice spec. The tires on this one are 38C, Shimano Sora. It's a cool looking bike, really clean design. I do like it. No mounts for the lowriders. We can say this is not a 100% gravel bike. You can use it though as a gravel bike. Maybe you need a more of a commuter bike. Still, this one will do on the gravel. And then Vitus Energy. It's actually a cyclocross bike, so this is not like the new style gravel bike. No mounts here, no mounts here. But yes, Vitus has one for 1,000 British pounds, so $1,250. SRAM Apex, it's okay, and the tires are 35C. The geometry might be a little bit too low for super long rides though. This one I'm counting as one as well. This is the Bianchi Via Neron 7 all-road. It's weird because this is called same as this one, Via Neron 7 all-road, but one comes with both come with the Claris 8-speed drivetrain, but we have different spec. For example, this one has 35C tires, and this one comes spec'd with 32C tires. So compare these two, but yes, Bianchi has also something cheaper on the alloy frame. And finally, 2 brands. Is Kelly's Bikes, a brand that has some dealers in your country? Then check out the Kelly's Suit 30. It comes with the Claris drivetrain, or even the whole group set, and really wide tires. These are 40C. You can really do some nice gravel grinding on this bike. Here are some cool pictures. So this is a true gravel grinder, even though no mounts for lowriders on the fork. Nice looking also. Just see, this is how it looks like. Very clean looking, like new design, through axles, cool bike. And then the Merida Silex, of course it comes with the carbon frame as well, but the alloy one is something about $1,000. Lowriders, 3 bottle cage mounts, and a great geometry. Usually when the bike has such a high head tube, it doesn't look good, but they've made a beautiful main tube, hydroformed here, looking like a carbon one. And so this part of the bike actually looks clean and nice. The fork is great. They've done a great job with the fork. So geometry for long distance rides for sure. I've been doing hundreds of kilometers on this bike, and my trip, 3 days trip on the carbon version is just coming up. You can also use 650B wider tires for this one, but it comes spec with the 38C, which is already nice width of the tire. So these are the 10 bikes that are much more affordable, just new out of the box or out of the store, and these are just their MSRP prices. Probably you will get some of those bikes at least a little bit cheaper, but this is something to compare to maybe other brands or models that you are looking at. There you have it, 10 affordable gravel bikes. As always, let me know what would you like to see next. See ya.